Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Taylor Stephenson with 13 News Now. We are underneath a weather impact alert today as a strong cold front approaches the area. Live radar already starting to get messy for us, and this timeline of the front is actually moving much faster than forecast. So what it should have been around 10:30 is now here at around 9:30, 9:40. But we have seen multiple severe thunderstorm warnings to our west and to our south with this system. Right now, just a few showers in parts of northeastern North Carolina out into the southern parts of Suffolk and into Chesapeake. Some heavy rainfall going on in the northern Outer Banks through the Currituck Sound. Right now, no severe thunderstorm warnings in the picture, but would not be surprised if we see a few of these severe thunderstorm warnings. The newest one just issued for Roanoke Rapids through Rocky Mount, moving through our area over the next 30 minutes to an hour to kick off our beginning of this severe weather. But again, this system is very quickly moving. So if you're heading out anytime now, just anticipate, especially if you live in Ahoskie, Franklin, up through Williamsburg, to have some rain on your doorstep within the next hour. Right now, the main line of the heaviest storms just to the west of the I-95 corridor, even some flood advisories back into parts of central southern Virginia. So we could see some heavier downpours, some frequent lightning, but also the fact that we could see some gustier winds. Now, taking this graphic full, I want to show you the big picture. It shows you that we are seeing some of the heaviest rainfall starting to move through the Richmond metro area now. But this is what I was seeing earlier. So what you can do, what we can do is query these severe thunderstorms. And what that means is just take information from what the Weather Service gives us. And right now, this severe thunderstorm warning just outside the area for Garner, Knightdale, Roanoke Rapids, Rocky Mount, that's going to go until 10:15 a.m. So if you are watching this, good morning, and you're in these areas, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning for the next about 40 minutes. But the most interesting part about this severe thunderstorm warning and these storms in general is that they're just racing right now, moving east at about 45 miles per hour. Earlier, I saw some speeds up to about 60 to 65 miles per hour moving due east. So this system is just getting going, really ripping through. But across Hampton Roads, we are not talking any of that severe weather at the moment. But I will take you north to south to show you exactly what we are seeing for the moment. Right now in parts of the Eastern Shore Peninsula, Middle Peninsula, Northern Neck, nothing going on too much right now. For the south side, like I said, we did have some isolated showers that are starting to develop, mainly now in parts of downtown Norfolk. I'm going to zoom in even closer so you can see. So downtown Norfolk, we're seeing some light rain through Ghent, South Norfolk and parts of Chesapeake also seeing some of that rain. Norcom Park down into Douglas Park seeing some rain too. So if you live in Portsmouth, you're going to start to see some of that rain developing as well. Getting into the heart of Chesapeake, in Deep Creek, SS Meadows, into Fentress, we also are seeing some of that light rain developing. And then into parts of extreme southern Suffolk, we are seeing that rain. And now we are underneath a severe thunderstorm warning for the majority of Hampton Roads and all of northeastern North Carolina. So this severe thunderstorm warning just got issued by the National Weather Service. I'll give you the latest updates on this. This is a huge warning. And of course, not surprised that we are seeing this warning at the moment because this system has a history of producing severe thunderstorms, mainly for the threat of those gusty winds up to about 60 to 65 miles per hour. So with the severe thunderstorm watch, all of the south side cities, so Norfolk into Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Suffolk, all of you are in there. Newport News, you're also in this. Hampton, I am not seeing you in this right now, but around 2.6 million people are in this severe thunderstorm warning that encompasses Elizabeth City, Ahoskie, Eatonton, and Nags Head. And with this severe thunderstorm warning, what we're talking about right now are the potential for some of those gustier winds. With the Weather Service, this is the reason why they have issued this severe thunderstorm warning. It goes for those gusty winds right now, anywhere up to about 60 miles per hour with those winds. Now, this right now, is a severe thunderstorm watch. This is a watch, not a warning. So the watch encompasses that whole area that I just talked about. The warnings are still out to our west, so I want to make that very clear, the difference between the two. The watches are going to be in those yellow boxes, so it can get a little confusing when everything is the same color. So right now with the watch, we are talking in that yellow color that I just outlined. I'm going to unhighlight this so you can see what's going on right now, but we have that watch that is not outlined. So this is going to be, I'm going to put my little cursor on it so you can see. This watch box is going to be anything from all the way up to Hampton into parts of the peninsula, down through the south side, including northeastern North Carolina, Elizabeth City, Eatonton, Nags Head. If you see those dark yellow colors, those are active warnings. Now, the difference between a watch and a warning is a watch is going to be in the potential for seeing some of those severe thunderstorms. A warning means that the threat is imminent. That warning goes for Roanoke Rapids down into Rocky Mount and through the eastern parts of Raleigh. In those unoutlined areas, again, I want to make sure y'all know this because it can be confusing, just confused me just a little bit earlier, but this unhighlighted box, anywhere from the peninsula down through northeastern North Carolina, that is a severe thunderstorm watch. So to give you a little clearer look at this for right now, to show you without all of the radar on there, because it can get a little bit messy when you are seeing this all together. But with this severe thunderstorm watch, we are talking the potential for some gusty winds. Also, we can't rule out a chance for an isolated tornado. So with this system, it is definitely moving through our area and bringing those gusty winds anytime between about 10 a.m. and 2. But again, just issued now, and this severe thunderstorm watch that's going to go until 3 p.m. today. It makes sense because anytime between now and 3 p.m. is the heart of what we'll see for the majority of that day. But we are also underneath a high wind warning. That is the most impactful weather we'll see today alongside those thunderstorms. And the high wind warning is for everyone across the peninsula's south side, northeastern North Carolina, excluding the southern Outer Banks and south of the Albemarle Sound. For this purple area, you can see some sustained winds up to 20 to 30 miles per hour. And we'll also see some gusts up to 50 to 60 miles per hour. So it will be a pretty windy, definitely stormy day for us here across Hampton Roads in northeastern North Carolina. We'll continue to see those high winds throughout the day for today. And for right now, we are seeing this severe thunderstorm watch. Again, I want to make this very clear. That was not a warning. It was a watch. This watch goes for the parts of the peninsula, down through most of the south side, and then all through northeastern North Carolina. That's the most potent part of the storm. Usually that southern tail, where we've seen earlier this morning tornado warnings in places like central Georgia, because it has all of that moisture and that all those ingredients really come together on that southern tail of the system. But we are still in that heart of where we could see some of those gustier winds. Right now, the Weather Service has issued this severe thunderstorm watch in place for us until 3 p.m. for us. And this is going to be for isolated hail up to about half an inch possible, wind gusts, straight line winds up to 70 miles per hour, and then frequent lightning. Now, we can't rule out a chance for maybe an isolated tornado later on today, but that chance does remain low. If we could get on the air, Rob, our director, that'd be great, so we could punch in just real quick to talk about the severe thunderstorm watch with those who are watching us on air. But for those online, severe thunderstorm watch was just handed down from the Weather Service to us. This goes from now through 3 p.m. But again, we've already seen those watches, the warnings being issued across the area for this cold front that's rolling through. This cold front, super potent at the moment, producing warnings up and down the line of these severe storms. So right now, again, that huge watch box in that dark golden color, but look at how many watches and warnings go all the way from here through Charleston and Jacksonville. The pinkish purple box, that is going to be your tornado watch. Now, we are not underneath that, but even look behind this system, some severe thunderstorms back in places like Kentucky and some flood warnings. Flood advisories also going on now in Roanoke and South Boston and Lynchburg, but we're right now only seeing a lot of that heavier rainfall with some of those storms coming through, with that radar showing us that we have some of those showers moving through. Good morning, everyone. For those just joining us and watching us, we are now underneath a severe thunderstorm watch for the majority of Hampton Roads and northeastern North Carolina. This goes for most of the peninsula. This includes Yorktown, Poquoson, getting into Hampton and Newport News and south. So most of the south side, including all the 7 cities or the 5 cities on the south side of those 7 cities, and then going down into northeastern North Carolina, Eatonton, Ahoskie, Elizabeth City, Nags Head, you are also included in this. The Weather Service has issued this severe thunderstorm watch for the potential of straight line winds up to 70 miles per hour. We also could see some hail that could be falling with these storms as well. Strong updrafts or strong winds going up into the storm can produce some of that pea-sized to a little bit larger hail with any severe thunderstorms. We've already seen some severe thunderstorms just out to our west, and right now, here's a look at what we're seeing. Again, the severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 3 p.m. for the isolated hail up to ½ an inch possible, and then some scattered straight line winds up to 70 miles per hour. Also the potential for some frequent lightning. Remember, when thunder roars, please head indoors. Now, we are seeing currently some severe thunderstorms already just to our west. I'm going to take off some of these watch boxes so you can see what's really going on. And the severe thunderstorms right now are just outside of our viewing area, anywhere from Roanoke Rapids down through Rocky Mount and into the Raleigh metro area. But look how strong these storms are, producing some heavy rainfall. And a lot of times when you have that heavier rainfall, it also aligns with some heavier wind gusts. But in the black box, again, that's going to be your severe thunderstorm watch. The difference between a watch and a warning is that a watch means the ingredients are in place for us to see severe weather. A warning means that the severe weather threat is imminent on your doorstep. I always have the saying, when thunder roars, head indoors. That's going to be your best bet to keeping yourself safe, keeping your family safe and friends safe and your pets safe during this time. But regardless of this, regardless if you see a severe thunderstorm, you are going to see some high winds in place. We are underneath a high wind warning for Hampton Roads and northeastern North Carolina. That is because we have the potential to see those wind gusts anywhere sustained 20 to 30 miles per hour outside of thunderstorms, but then gusts up to 50 miles per hour to 60 miles per hour in that purple color. And this is going to run from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. today ahead of this front. And I'll show you where this front really is at the moment. Again, severe thunderstorm watch in place, high wind warning in place for us today. Now, there's this cold front. It's very potent, as you see, quickly moving. So once we get these storms to get going, we'll be out of this stormy and very, very windy pattern by about 6 p.m. today. We could have some lingering showers and a few thunderstorms along the front itself, but this is the main line of storms that will be rolling through the East Coast right now. We're even seeing some storms ahead of that system moving into parts of northeastern North Carolina. Now, that yellow box again is going to be your severe thunderstorm watch. Watch, not warning. Right now, Elizabeth City, you're seeing some of that light to moderate rainfall. Same with Moyock, down into parts of southern Norfolk, into Chesapeake and Virginia Beach. Also seeing some of that rain as well. A couple isolated showers this morning in Suffolk, down into Ahoskie and Murfreesboro. But the heaviest rainfall just starting to move closer to the I-95 corridor, but we still have a little bit of time to go. Farmville, South Boston is still just getting out of the thick of some of the heaviest rainfall we've seen this morning. Let's take you through a little bit of a timeline of what to expect. We are underneath this weather impact alert for today. That includes the potential for some strong winds and the potential for some severe thunderstorms. Again, a severe thunderstorm watch now in place till 3 p.m. But we're going to be underneath this weather impact alert until 6 p.m. for your Sunday. Strong winds, thunderstorms, the main threats for today. What you need to do if it's not raining right now at your place and you're not hearing any thunder, quickly go outside and make sure to pull your trash can and any decorations that could blow away with the wind this morning through the afternoon. Pull those all inside. You do not want all your trash flowing everywhere through your neighborhood. You don't want your trash can down the street. You don't want your decorations to be somewhere where you can't find them anymore. The other issue with this is that, remember, it's rained so much over the past few days to where our soil is super soggy. So when this happens, any weak or old trees have the potential of being blown down by strong wind gusts across our area. So right now I'm going to show you our recent wind gusts we are seeing at the moment for Hampton Roads and northeastern North Carolina. This is going to go for anywhere from now 25 to 30 miles per hour. I can even give you an updated look of some of the current wind gusts by area. So let's take it through the peninsulas first and then going into parts of the south side and northeastern North Carolina. So wind gusts right now on the peninsulas, anywhere Hampton, Newport News, Williamsburg, anywhere from 25 to 30 miles per hour. It's stronger, though, on the south side, Norfolk, our most recent wind gusts anywhere from 41 miles per hour to 45 miles per hour, but area-wide, 25 to 41. It's very strong wind gusts, and we're not even to the heart of the strongest winds. We could see wind gusts as high as 55 to an isolated 60 miles per hour, again, outside of those thunderstorms. Northeastern North Carolina, we're seeing wind gusts as high as about 30 to 40 miles per hour. Again, our storms are still on the horizon, about to cross over the I-95 corridor right now. And before I get off air and go back to our stream, we are streaming live now on 13 News Now on our streaming apps. If you do not have the app, you can download them for free on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store today for absolutely free, and you can continue watching the stream. But I want to give those who just want a quick update what to expect for the rest of the day. The showers and thunderstorms about to move over the I-95 corridor now, as you see right now from our live satellite and radar, a few showers ahead of that main line. But over the next about a few hours, this is what you can expect for parts of Hampton Roads as we get into the next couple of hours. So we're going to take this graphic full. Thank you so much to give people just a quick look of what to expect over the next couple of hours, mainly anywhere from 9 to about 6 p.m. where we do have that weather impact alert in effect. So from now through about lunchtime, we're talking heavy rainfall, gusty winds, thunderstorms. Temperatures today, though, because of our south winds, will be near 70 degrees. We're going to continue with those strong gusty winds, thunderstorms, and warm temperatures through 2 p.m. But after 2 p.m., most of that heavy rainfall will be out. We'll watch for the potential of a few thunderstorms trying to roll through the area, mainly around 4 p.m. But after that, 4 or 5 p.m., once we hit 6, most of that should be out of our hair. Temperatures will start to fall tomorrow. But again, we are watching for the strongest, most impactful weather to roll through from now through about 6 p.m. One more recap of our weather impact alert for those who are just now joining us. This runs from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We are going to see strong winds, thunderstorms in the picture. What you need to do if it's not raining or thundering and lightning at your house right now, go outside, pull in that trash can, pull off those decorations. Make sure people stay inside as those storms pass. When thunder roars, head indoors. For those who are on air watching me right now, again, I'm meteorologist Taylor Stephenson. I'm streaming right now on our 13 News Now Plus app. You can find us online as well for the stream and on your phone with the 13 News Now app. If you don't have any of those apps, you can download them for free on your your devices. Thank you for joining us on air, and we'll continue our coverage on our stream. Okay, so thank you for everybody who stayed on the stream as I was on air. Again, we are underneath that severe thunderstorm watch in place until 3 p.m. Again, we will see the potential for some of those wind gusts up to about 70 miles per hour. And if you do not have the 13 News Now Plus app, you can download them on your Roku, Apple, or Fire TV today. We also will continue to see the potential for these severe thunderstorms through about 3 p.m. I will be here. Meteorologist Hunter Forst will also be here during that time. So you will have a couple of us to walk you through the rest of the day. Remember, we're trying to make sure that you're prepared, not scared. This is not a situation to panic in. We're just trying to help you out so you know how to prepare for the rest of your Sunday. Severe thunderstorm watch in place until 3 p.m. for us. Again, it's mainly for the peninsula and south, but it excludes Williamsburg. This is for mainly that potent portion of this line of severe thunderstorms. And we have seen these thunderstorms really packing a punch right now. No active severe thunderstorm warnings in our area yet. If we do have an active severe thunderstorm warning, we will go back on the air. Taking this live in full, I want to show you what's going on right now and start to take away that watch box, because it can be very confusing on what's a watch and what's a warning. So right now for us, the U.S. watches and warnings boxes show us what's going on right now. In that black, as you're seeing, that is going to be your severe thunderstorm watch. The outline of this is the watch. Notice how it goes right up into Williamsburg, just on that border, goes through the peninsula, excludes the northern neck, eastern shore, and middle peninsula, but comes all the way down through the south side, excluding Surrey County, down through parts of the 7 cities, and then all the way through northeastern North Carolina. What we're seeing are these severe thunderstorm warnings, though, just out to our west. I will take away the radar so you can see where these boxes are. Roanoke Rapids, just within that box, down through Rocky Mount, Gold Rock, Old Bethlehem, down the I-95 corridor. That is where that severe thunderstorm warning is, including down into the eastern portions of the Raleigh metro area. Now, I would not be surprised if the National Weather Service issues this downstream, so Ahoskie, Eatonton, Elizabeth City, be on alert for a potential severe thunderstorm warning. As I go to show you what to expect, this warning still goes for another 20 minutes for Garner, Knightdale, Roanoke Rapids, Rocky Mount. And we're going to see in this box anything along the lines of 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's the main thing. The Weather Service says to expect damage to roofs, sidings, and trees potentially. And that's the one thing that I wanted to mention, or I mentioned earlier, is that with this system, because we've already seen so much rain over the past few days, any wind that starts to really pick up across the area will cause us to see the potential of some downed trees, because the soil's already saturated, and then you have these really strong winds. Any weak trees will just not really make it, and they'll just topple over. Any loose branches will definitely be blown off a tree, so be aware of some flying debris this morning through parts of the afternoon and through the very early evening. Now, recent wind gusts right now have been anywhere from 25 to 35 on the peninsula, 36 now in Newport News for those current wind gusts up to 36 miles per hour. So very breezy, but much breezier on the south side. I mean, we're talking wind gusts as high as 46 miles per hour. The recent wind gusts recorded in Norfolk. Out through Franklin, we're still seeing wind gusts as high as 40. So regardless if you see a severe thunderstorm warning or not, you will definitely see those gustier winds. In northeastern North Carolina, We're talking recent wind gusts as high as about 25 to 35. Even Manio now recording a wind gust of 47. So it is going to be a very breezy day in parts of the southern Outer Banks for your Sunday. And that's the main reason why we have issued this weather alert day, for these gusty winds, but also for the potential of these stronger thunderstorms. So taking this graphic full, I'll show you the wind impact and need, W-I-N, when. When will this happen? Okay, so it's from now through 6 p.m. for today. Our impact is going to be those strong winds and thunderstorms. And what you need to do, if it's not raining at your house right now and you can safely get outside without hearing any thunder or seeing any lightning, you need to secure your loose items, either tying them down or bringing them inside the house. Those trash cans, put them in the garage. Put them somewhere where they cannot be blown away. Any decorations need to be inside your house as well. I would also recommend during this time, anywhere from about 10 to 2 p.m. to keep yourself inside, because that is when the strongest thunderstorms will roll through. We are underneath a high wind warning for today that runs until 3 p.m. already in effect. We have sustained winds anywhere from 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusts 50 to 60. This is mainly that 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts will mainly be around noon to 2 p.m. today. So walking you through the next few hours for your Sunday so you know exactly how to prepare for this potential for some severe weather, we are talking some rain moving through the area after 10 a.m. Now, I will say these models have been actually slower than the actual system. So we could see this system moving out fairly quickly compared to what the models are saying. But they have a pretty good grasp on the system, just about 30 minutes to an hour behind the actual storm time that we're seeing at the moment. So right now, anywhere around lunchtime, we'll have some widespread showers and thunderstorms. But because we'll have such strong south winds, that's going to pull in some really warm air. So temperatures at the lowest will be in the upper 50s around the eastern shore, but we could see temperatures hitting that 70-degree mark today as we continue with those strong south winds. Now, with this system, we'll continue to see some of those winds really starting to pick up. Again, I said between about 12 to 2. Wind gusts as high as 45 to 60 miles per hour. Rain continues for the eastern portions of our viewing area through about 2 to 2:30. After that, by 3, we're done with the strongest storms and the strongest wind gusts. But along the actual front, if you can see those couple of showers, you can bring it back to me so I can show them exactly where those showers are. These couple of showers right here and a few thunderstorms mixed in, that's the actual front itself that will move through. So the front is not going to be this main line of storms. That is ahead of the actual system. The system lingers behind, and we can maybe even see a couple of showers and thunderstorms mixed in as well. Now, we are underneath a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather that includes the potential for some straight line wind gusts with any thunderstorms up to 55 to possibly 65 miles per hour. But we also cannot rule out the chance for an isolated tornado during this time, especially earlier. Now, this newest update gives me a much better feeling about this evening. But earlier, I could kind of see a little bit of rotation being signified on this model, but the newest run doesn't bring that as much. So that's good news for us. Tornado risk is not 0, but it is low for us here across Hampton Roads in northeastern North Carolina. We'll continue with some of those gustier winds tapering off through tonight, but still tonight, we will see wind gusts as high as 20 to 35 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we'll see wind gusts as high as 25 to 30. Now, overnight tonight, we are going to drop significantly. We are talking temperatures plummeting from the 70-degree mark to near freezing tonight. This is tonight into very early tomorrow morning. So by the time you're heading into work tomorrow, you're going to feel that chill in the air. Temperatures near freezing inland with upper 30s at best around the coast. You can even dip back into some of those middle 30s tomorrow morning. but at least it will be sunny for your President's Day, and a lot of people here around Hampton Roads, especially for those who work for the government, have a day off. But if you have to go into work, you will need the heavier coat. Temperatures around lunchtime in the lower 40s, and we'll only make it into the middle 40s at best for afternoon high temperatures tomorrow. We are going to be about 20 to 25 degrees cooler tomorrow compared to this afternoon. So we are back in that instance of some weather whiplash. Again, still breezy on Monday, where wind gusts could be as high as 20 to 30 miles per hour. And that will also cause us to be on the chillier side of things, where you're going to feel more like the upper 30s to lower 40s throughout the day today. Now, I do want to show you that we are underneath this level 1 risk for severe weather here across Hampton Roads and northeastern North Carolina. The level 2 is just to our south, going to the South Carolina, North Carolina border through southeastern Georgia, including Savannah, down through Jacksonville and into parts of the Big Bend of Florida. Here in Hampton Roads, a little bit lower of a risk, but we are still underneath that severe thunderstorm watch. That is going to be for winds up to 60 miles per hour. We could see some isolated thunderstorm wind gusts up to 65 and 70 miles per hour. And also, the Weather Service said there could be some hail. So that is a potential when you have really strong winds going up into a thunderstorm. It pushes a lot of these water droplets well up into the atmosphere. It's so cold up there that the water droplets freeze, and then they start to pile up on top of each other. We call that accretion. And so when accretion happens, you have ice building on top of ice, creating these hailstones. And once they get too big, they fall to the ground due to their weight. So we could see some hailstones in this general area of Hampton Roads in northeastern North Carolina, anywhere from the peninsula and south, where we are underneath that severe thunderstorm watch. Again, giving you another look at this severe thunderstorm watch, we are seeing the potential for some very gusty straight line winds. Weather Service says we could see some winds up to 70 miles per hour with any thunderstorms. This is going to last until 3 p.m. today. This goes for all 7 cities. You are included in this. And we'll continue with the severe thunderstorm watch till 3 p.m. for all 7 cities down into northeastern North Carolina, including the Outer Banks and south. Now, I do want to give you another look at some of the radar we are seeing right now, with a new warning that just popped up just outside the area. But this warning is interesting because we have different distinctions for severe thunderstorm warnings. You can have a severe thunderstorm warning for just severe thunderstorms, or it could be a severe thunderstorm with tornado possible tags. And what a tornado possible tag will do is say, hey, there could be some rotation in this system. And where we can see the difference is if you notice this huge severe thunderstorm warning in the Richmond metro area has a red outline around this box. So notice how with this outline, you can kind of see a little bit of that red tint around it. That shows that a tornado is possible. So for those who are watching us there up in Richmond, I will give you the latest information on that, or those who are about to head to Richmond. Here is what we could see with this system. Right now, a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible, indicated 60 mile per hour wind gusts moving northeast. I'm telling you, this system is racing 75 miles per hour. I mean, that system is just blowing through Richmond, and it's moving near Oilville, near Scotts Fork and Blackstone. But in this is going to be Richmond, and the counties are Chesterfield, Hanover, and Henrico County, and this lasts until 10:45 a.m. So who's downstream of this? This would be our peninsula. So let's give you a little bit of an update on what you could expect. Now, again, this system is racing across parts of the Richmond metro area. I will say that the Weather Service mainly issued this for this line of storms where you see the reds, the yellows, these deeper, darker colors right here where my arrow is. That's the reason why they've issued that. It makes sense because the box goes right to the edge of this line of thunderstorms. So because it's racing this direction towards our peninsulas, let's give you a clearer look on what to expect. Again, racing to the northeast at around 75 miles per hour. And so let's just do this real quick. I'm going to give you a little update on where this could go. And then we're going to northeast at, there we go. So who's next? Right now we're talking Richmond Executive Airport around 10:27. Richmond, you're going to see this storm in about the next 20 minutes. Chester around 10:36. And then Tappahannock, which gets closer to our viewing area, around 11:05. So this is going to be a storm that's going to be moving through the area over the next 30 minutes to an hour in these places. It is just racing. Now to the south, we also have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in northeastern North Carolina for these stronger bands of some heavier rainfall and gusty winds. I'll also take my arrow for those who may be colorblind or have trouble seeing. This is the area I'm talking about where my white arrow is, where these heavier downpours and gusty winds are. Roanoke Rapids just just west of Enfield and then right around Rocky Mount. This system right now is moving at about earlier it was 45 miles per hour. Right now, still around 45 miles per hour, but this goes until 10:15, so you only have about 5 to 6 minutes left on this warning box for Rocky Mount, Roanoke Rapids, the counties like Halifax and Nash and Wake. You're in this area just down the I-95 corridor. Now, to give you a look for those people who live in Ahoskie, Windsor, Eatonton, what's the timeline of these storms that could be heading your direction? Again, moving at 45 miles per hour. So I'm going to take my little tool so I can show you when these storms will arrive. Right here. So we're talking Ahoskie right around 11 a.m., Reynoldson around 11:07. So you still have some time in the places just in our extreme southwestern viewing area of this severe thunderstorm possibly coming through. Now, there could be a possibility that this system does weaken before it gets to our area, and we may not even see that severe thunderstorm warning continue. But as a seasoned meteorologist, I doubt it. I feel like the Weather Service will issue these downstream, especially because we do have that severe thunderstorm watch in place for almost the entire viewing area, mainly the northern, the southern to middle 2/3 of the viewing area underneath this severe thunderstorm watch. Again, this runs until 3 p.m. today. This is going to be for Hampton, Newport News, Poquoson, all of the 5 cities, a part of the 7 cities on the south side: Norfolk, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Suffolk, Portsmouth, goes all the way out to Emporia. The only county and city not included in this severe thunderstorm watch is Surrey County. Now, doesn't mean you won't see any gusty winds, doesn't mean you won't see any of those stronger thunderstorms, but it may just not be severe on your side of things. This goes all the way down into Elizabeth City, Ahoskie, Eatonton, and as well into Nags Head. So be on the lookout for those severe thunderstorm warnings. But one of the main impacts that we'll see area-wide are the high winds. A high wind warning remains in effect from now through 3 p.m. We're going to see sustained winds anywhere from 20 to 30 miles per hour, and then gusts as high as 50 to 60. Now, we are underneath this weather impact alert through 6 p.m. The main impacts being strong winds, thunderstorms that could produce some gusty winds up to 60 to 65 miles per hour. Again, protecting yourself, but also protecting your items. Make sure that you secure loose items. But during now through about 2 p.m., 3 p.m., I would recommend you stay indoors as this system passes. Remember, my saying to you as a deep southerner is when thunder roars, you head indoors. I'm going to hop off the live stream for the moment. If any severe thunderstorm warnings do pop up, I'll hop right back on air to give you the latest of what to expect here across Hampton Roads as we're underneath a weather impact day, a weather impact environment for today, for your Sunday. Please be prepared, not scared. Again, I'll be back just in case any severe thunderstorm warnings pop up. But again, that severe thunderstorm watch going from now through 3 p.m. I'm meteorologist Taylor Stephenson for 13 News Now, and I'll see you on air if we have any warnings.